Hi and welcome to Mama Time Yoga. My name is Charlotte and today I will be taking you through a yoga practice that is all about opening up through the head, neck, chest, and shoulders. So we'll go ahead and get started just in a comfortable seat on your mat. You can sit cross-legged like me like this, or you can be in a kneeling position or sat up on pillows, whatever feels good for you. When you find yourself there, just sitting up and nice and comfortable, lengthening through the spine and the crown of the head. Drop those shoulders away from the ears. We'll start by just getting into our breath and settling into this space. So if you'd like, I'll invite you to close down the eyes. If you'd prefer, you can keep the eyes open and just have a soft gaze in front of you. Let's come into our yogic breath, calming down our mind and body. Big inhale through the nose, filling up through the belly. Big exhale, release through the nose. Feel the belly draw back in. 2 more breaths just like that at your own pace. Big inhale. Big exhale. And last one. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Keeping that deep yogic calming breath throughout our practice today as we move through the postures. When you're ready, you can gently begin to open the eyes back up. And we'll start to find some gentle movement. Let's start just by rolling out through the shoulders. So big inhale, shoulders come up. Exhale, take them back and down through the spine. Let's do 2 more just like that. Big inhale. Exhale, release them back down. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, release them back down. And keeping that spine nice and long, let's just start by opening up the different sides of the neck. So inhale, let's look up, take the chin and the gaze up towards the sky if that feels good. On the exhale, keeping the spine exactly as it is, but just tuck the chin down towards the chest, really being mindful not to round through the upper body here. Just seeing how far you can bring that chin towards the chest. You might feel this stretch in different parts of the neck, but also down the back. And then bringing it back up. Let's look over to one side, taking the chin towards that shoulder without moving the shoulders or the spine. And then gently releasing back to center and taking the gaze over to the other side. And back to center. Beautiful. From here, we'll go ahead and we'll drop the left ear to the left shoulder here. Trying to keep both shoulders down, but really stretching through that right side of the neck. Feels okay. You can either stay here if you prefer, or you can just start to roll the neck and the head down. Slowly taking it all the way over to the opposite side. And coming back up to center. We'll repeat that on the other side. So this time the right ear drops down to the right shoulder, really stretching through the left side of the neck, finding your breath into that space. And either staying here or slowly starting to roll the chin and the head down and over to that opposite side. Coming back up to center. Beautiful. So from here, we're just going to come onto all fours, gently making your way there. Hands come under the shoulders, pressing wide through those fingers, knees come under the hips, belly draws in towards the spine. Let's move through a couple cat-cows here. Inhale, drop the belly, open up through the heart, lifting the tailbone, lifting the gaze if that feels okay. Exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, rounding through the back body as you press away from the floor. Let's do 2 more, just like that. Big inhale, opening up through the front of the body. Big exhale, rounding through the back body. 1 more like that. Big inhale. And big exhale. Coming back to that neutral spine. From here, we're going to take it into a thread the needle. So keeping the left hand down, inhale, reach the right arm up, looking up. And then as you exhale, you're going to thread the right hand under the body and through to the opposite side. So twisting that upper body, the right shoulder and the right ear drop down to the mat. And you can press with that left hand to sort of stack the shoulders and see if that gives you a little bit more of a stretch through the side of the neck here. And the shoulder, if it feels okay, have a play with walking the fingertips up towards the top of the mat. I find that I get a little bit of a better stretch here like that. Take a deep breath wherever you are. Bring that left hand back in if you extended it. And press through that left hand to come out. Big inhale, right arm reaches up. Big exhale, taking that hand back down. And we'll just take that to the opposite side. So right hand plants down this time. Left arm reaches up. Exhale, threading that left arm through. Drop the left shoulder, the left ear. Press through that right hand if that feels okay. And then option to take those right fingertips up towards the top of your mat. Finding your breath wherever you are. Breathing into that space that you're creating on the side of the neck, through the back of that shoulder. And we'll slowly start to make our way out of it, pressing down through that right hand. Inhale, reach the left fingertips up. Exhale, reaching them back down. Beautiful. So from here, we'll just come into a down dog position. So walking the hands slightly above the shoulders, fingers nice and spread. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Gentle bend in those knees, really pressing the arms away, pressing the hands to lift those hips up. Nice flat back. Breathing in here, seeing if you can relax the neck and shoulders into this position. Seeing if you can relax the head, neck, and shoulders in this position as you breathe. And then slowly look up at the top of the mat and walk the feet all the way up to the top of the mat behind the hands. Keeping the knees as bent as you need to here. Just really allow the upper body to fold over those legs. You can have the belly resting on the tops of the legs if that feels good. Or if you have the flexibility in the back of the legs, feel free to straighten those legs out a little bit. Again, making this posture your own. We're really focusing here on releasing through the head, neck, and shoulders, letting go of any tension there. Option to clasp opposite elbows, coming into ragdoll. And just finding your breath here. Maybe shaking the head no or yes. Maybe softly swaying if that feels good. Or finding stillness, checking in with your body. Let's take one more breath here. See if you can soften a little bit more on the exhale. When you're ready, let go of the clasp and slowly start to roll the spine all the way up to stand. Beautiful. Drop those shoulders down the spine. Standing nice and tall. From here, we're just going to take a standing twist. So inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, left hand comes forward, right hand comes behind. Opening up to the side body, reaching those fingertips, chest nice and open. Inhale, hands come back up. Exhale, opening up to the opposite side, left hand behind, right arm forward, looking to the side. Inhale, back up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So from here, we're going to come into our eagle arms, which is another beautiful stretch for the back of the shoulders. If you're not familiar with eagle arms, I'll walk you through the steps. So inhale, taking the arms out to the side. As you exhale, you're going to bend the elbows and bring them parallel to each other. We'll start with the right side under first. So you're just going to take the right elbow under the left. And a couple options here. You can either press the backs of the palms together, or you can twist the arms around each other and bring the palms together. So just find what's going to work for you. Sometimes it helps if you just do that really fast to get them together quickly. So see what you prefer here. It's perfectly fine just to bring the backs of the palms together, or even just grab opposite shoulders if that is more available to you. So again, make it your own. Go ahead and make sure that the elbows are reaching up so they're about shoulder height, and take the palms away from the body. So we're really finding a deep stretch through the backs of the shoulders, the upper traps, standing nice and tall here. Big breath in. Big breath out. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. And slowly release, same way we came in. Reaching the arms out to the side. Big inhale. Exhale, let's bend the elbows, bringing them back towards each other again. And let's take that the opposite way. Left elbow goes under the right this time. And finding your setup, back of the palms together, or twisting around, bringing the palms together. Or option to grab opposite elbows. Again, checking in with that alignment. Elbows come up to shoulder height, shoulders drop away from the ears, press the palms away from the body. Standing nice and tall, belly draws in, really strong here. Find that breath. Slowly releasing here. Last time, big inhale, reach the arms open. And exhale, taking those hands down. So staying at the top of the mat, we're gonna open up through the chest here. So clasping the hands behind the back, we're gonna start by really pressing those palms together and just reaching the palms down towards the earth, using the palms to take the shoulders down as well. Belly stays drawn in. We're not flaring through the ribs or arching the back, so keep everything nice and tucked in here. We're just focusing on dropping those shoulders down, dropping the palms down, so you get a beautiful opening through the chest here. Again, let's play with our gaze, so keeping the upper body just as it is, but looking up with the eyes, looking up with the head, and then taking the head down, bringing that chin down towards the chest, and just feel that in a different part of the chest and shoulders. Looking forward again. And if it feels okay, you can start to press those palms away from the hips. Again, getting a different sensation through the chest. So option here, you can release the grip if that is feeling intense for you, if you just want to switch it up. We're all going to be moving into a forward fold in a moment. So you have the option to actually keep the palms clasped behind you and let the palms drop up and over the head in our forward fold. So If you are taking that option, just keep the hands in this position. If you are not, feel free to take the hands to the hips or just have them by your side. So taking the feet right under the hips, big inhale, looking up. Big exhale, hinge from the hips, gentle bend through those knees, and we'll fold all the way over those legs. If you've got the hands clasped behind you, letting them drop up and over the head. If the hands are released, you can let them fall to the mat or grab opposite elbows again. We'll just take 2 breaths here. And when you're ready, if those hands are clasped, gently release them back down. Maybe just giving a shake through the wrists and the hands. That can be quite intense, that pose. And then from here, plant the hands down. I'm just going to gently come onto the knees, coming into a kneeling position just for a moment. And so we're going to be moving into our puppy pose. So knees are under the hips, keeping the hips right above the knees in this position. That part doesn't move. And we're just going to walk the hands forward as you release the forehead onto the mat. So this is a beautiful way to open up through the whole front of the body, the chest, the shoulders. If this is too intense though, feel free to move back into a child's pose where the knees are wide and you've got the toes together, the hips resting onto those heels. Otherwise, stay here in your puppy pose, breathing into that front body stretch. The last breath here. Slowly coming out of it, walking those hands back in, bringing the body back up. And just coming to sit comfortably. I'm going to come into a kneeling position, but feel free to sit however feels good for you. Sitting up nice and tall, roll those shoulders away from the ears. And then we'll just end with a little bit of stillness, connecting back with our breath. If it feels okay, you can close the eyes down or find that gentle gaze in front of you. Letting the body settle into this position. Allowing the breath to return to its natural state. Noticing how your body feels in this moment compared to when you started your practice today. And seeing if you can find a bit more relaxation through the facial muscles, the jaw, the neck and shoulders, the chest and back. Softening a little more with every exhale. Taking 2 more breaths at your own pace here. Gently finding some movement, wiggling through the fingers and the toes. When you're ready, you can gently begin to open up the eyes again. Let's take one last breath together. Big inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands back down to heart center. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice today. I hope you're feeling really stretched out and relaxed through the upper body. I know that you can come back to this practice anytime that tension starts to build up in that area again. If you would like more practices for mindfulness and yoga for pre and postnatal, please subscribe to my channel and check out my other offerings in the description. Have a beautiful day.